let that light adjust. There we go, that's better. Happy Sunday, Jillian Rosado, and I'm back with a weekly chat, and this week's chat is about how to say no. A lot of you have been asking, how do I say no? Well, very simply, no. There are so many things happening day to day, so many directions that you can get pulled in, and for some reason we feel guilty to say no. And I don't understand that, because I see it a lot. I'll ask someone, do you want to do this? Or, hey, were you going to do that? Oh, I don't know, let me check. Or, maybe, let me think about it. A slow no, or a slow yes is 9 times out of 10 a no. I'm just going to put that there. And for me, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Also, sometimes there's a flip to that where we need to challenge ourselves as well. But we're in this time in our society where people don't want to say no. And what it does is it makes people doubt our word. There's no such thing as like someone's word now. Like you say, okay, I'll be there, I'll like a handshake. We don't rely on that anymore. And that's kind of sad. But there's this fear of saying no. And I feel like maybe that we say no, we're afraid to say no because we're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of what people will feel about us because we say no. We say no out of fear. Don't even get me started on the topic of fear. But there's many reasons why we won't say no. So here's some clues as to when to say no and when to say yes. If it is not a hell yes, it's a no. But also if it's not pushing you outside of your comfort zone, it's a no. And that might not sound, you may not understand that. For me, for an example, this past year, I said no a lot. And I felt I was saying no to protect my time and my schedule and my sanity. But sometimes you can take that to extremes. You say no to everything when you should be saying yes to the things that challenge you. So it was a, hey, do you want to grab dinner on Friday night? And me immediately thinking, Friday nights I'm exhausted. No. Hey, do you want to do this? No. Do you want to do that? No. Like, and you get into this cycle of no, and it's not helpful. But what I'm doing, I started it this year because I've recognized the pattern of no. I'm learning to say yes to the right things. Don't be a hermit. Put yourselves out there. Women especially, we feel that in times today, there's no sense of community. We don't have a lot of friends, we don't go out a lot, we don't do a lot of things. And people invite us to stuff, but we make up all the excuses why we can't, when sometimes we need to push ourselves and actually just say yes and do it. Because if not, we feel lonely, and we feel isolated, but we do it to ourselves when we say no. Does that make sense? So a couple things that I am doing every month to force myself to say yes, because I always want to say no. Number one, I'm scheduling a full 24 hours of no social media. I almost did it in January. I almost made it 24 hours. I'm a work in progress. But with that, I'm not gonna just throw it all the wolves and be done with it. I'm gonna pick myself up and I'm gonna try again. I am gonna schedule one date night, official date night a month. Mike and I do dinner and we say it's a date night, but we end up talking about the kids and work the whole time. No, one date night, we get dressed up, we go out. It does not include a movie. It's a scenario where we can sit and talk and enjoy each other and talk about us. We're not talking about work, we're not talking about kids, we're talking about us. I am taking one evening a month to go out with girlfriends, because how often do we do that anymore? We don't. I am taking one morning to go out to coffee with a friend and just talk. These are things that are so important for us because we get lost in the day-to-day, we get lost in our children, we get lost in everything else, and we don't do anything for ourselves. And those senses, those connections that we have when we are with people in real life and not over the internet, they really feed us and they help us. So it's a yes-no situation. It's no if it's not a hell yes, but it's yes if it's something that's gonna challenge you, because we don't like challenge and we need to challenge ourselves more. So I know that this talk may have been in circles and you're like, I don't know what she's talking about. Take it step by step. Say no to the things that are draining you. Say no to the things that are sucking all the positive energy out of you on the daily. But say yes to the things that will help you grow. Say yes to the things that will help you form relationships with people. Say yes to the things that feed your soul. So that's my weekly chat for this week, and I hope you take something from it. And the last thing I'll say is, in order to challenge myself and to challenge you guys, this Saturday, if you are local, I will be at the Starbucks in Marlton on Route 70, the new one before the McDonald's. I will be there at 10 a.m. and I'm gonna have some coffee. And if you're not doing anything and you wanna stop by and you just wanna chat and have that hour to yourself to just talk to other women, I will be there. And I would love for you to come chat with me. And maybe it's something we'll do every month. I feel like we all really need it, because we get caught up in, I gotta be at the kids' sports, I gotta be here, I gotta be there. Let your husband take the kids to the sports for one Saturday a month. Come chat with me, bring your friends, just take that 1 hour for yourself. If there's anything you do all week long, take that 1 hour for yourself and just feed yourself. Okay, does that make sense? Is that helpful? I hope one of you will come out. If not, I like coffee, I can sit there for an hour and enjoy just some me time. But that's all I have for you guys this week. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you later.